What's up, guys? So one of the most common asked questions I get is what crossbow should I get? The PSC Fang, the Striker, or the Horton? And I always say the PSC Fang. Now, a lot of people actually like the Striker the best. Like the Striker is like the one everyone gets. But the reason I don't recommend it is because one, if you do not have a cable slide on this, the cables will get ripped up because this part here is really sharp. And two, inside the trigger mechanism, most of the pieces in there aren't even metal. Like it's like I don't even know what it is. Like here's some pictures. It looks like clay or something. I'm not saying it's clay obviously, but like it looks like a cheap material and it always breaks. And yeah, it's not made out of metal. They just make it look like metal. And yeah, it's pretty ridiculous how like Striker is the most expensive, but they're also like using cheap materials. And yeah, so that's why I wouldn't recommend using it. I mean buying that if you could only choose one. And the PSC Fang is, on my opinion, like it would be my first choice because you can replace the cables and strings yourself. You can take out these two bolts and not have to worry about it popping off. And I'm actually going to demonstrate that right now. Alright guys, so here I'm going to demonstrate something that no other crossbow, by that I mean the Striker and the Horton, can do. And that is you could take off the limbs by just unscrewing the two bolts. And also another advantage that this thing has is, let's say you're gonna give it to a little sibling or something. By loosening these two screws, you could actually lower the draw weight on the PSC Fang. And that does not work with the Striker or the Horton, so don't even try it. If you unscrew these two bolts on the Striker, they're gonna pop off because the Striker has really small screws. And the PSC Fang has pretty long screws. And yeah, do not try it on the Horn or the Striker. I know by experience. That's why I do the dangerous stuff so you guys don't have to. Also, if you're thinking about changing the draw weight, make sure that the limbs are still inside of the rail. Because of the riser, I mean. Because if they're floating, then the limbs are going to be wobbling around. And you do not want anything bad to happen. So yeah, make sure they're inside the riser. And anyway, let's unscrew these two bolts completely. Now what I would do, I would like draw something in the bolts so you could evenly like loosen them, because you do not want one limb to be tighter than the other. So anyway, let's unscrew these two bolts completely. As you can see, the tension is like already gone. You could replace these strings yourself if you want. You do not need a bow press, or you could just do the method that I showed you in my last video. But yeah, you can unscrew them even more if you want. You could take off the entire limbs too and nothing will happen. Like as you can see, the limbs here are pretty much off. But I'm not going to do that. But anyway, yeah guys, you could replace the strings yourself like this, and it's way safer. If you did this with a Striker, yo, there's too much tension on the limbs. They'll just pretty much like explode off because, yeah, it's not safe. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with the Horn. I haven't tried it because I'm too scared, I'll admit. But with the Striker, you can do anything you want. It's way safer. You save more money. You do not need a bow press. The parts inside are made out of good materials as far as I know. Better than the Strikers for sure. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. But always make sure that the screws are tightly, like they're always the same, because you do not want one limb to be tighter than the other. And once you replace your cables, just evenly like press one completely, then do the other one, and just make sure they're even. That's why you have to draw something in the what's it called, in the bolts. So yeah, it's pretty much it. And yeah, this is the one I would recommend getting. It's way easier to get used to if you want to shoot without any sights. And I'll admit, I don't know if this is the same thing with the new PSC Fangs. I'm pretty sure it is, but I've only tried this with this certain type of PSC Fang. If you have like the new X, I don't know what the new PSC Fangs are. I'm not sure, I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, because the top piece, as far as I know, they're pretty much identical to each other. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and this is the one I would recommend getting by far. And yeah, guys, get this crossbow. And there's the striker. This is the last time you guys are ever gonna see it ever again. I should be getting mine tomorrow or the next day, hopefully. Write down in the comments if you guys want me to make a video on it. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. I don't see a point on making a video because it's the same crossbow. But yeah, this crossbow right here though is the one that started my channel. It's the one that made all the experiments happen, and it's pretty sad to see it go. Hope the new owner takes care of it. Hope it brings the same happiness as it did to me, to the new person. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and see ya.